aloha mele, pretty hoku. And now the stars are shining bright, sun will rise again to start a new day. And now the stars are shining bright, the sun will rise again. Breakfast with Bob.
And Pancho Man. Thank you, Pancho Man. We are brought to you by EIS Sports Nutrition, Hoka One One, Polar, Oscar Wellness, Velo Fix. We're doing our championship edition at Four Seasons Hualalai, and we are airing on triathlonworld.com. Our next guest, 19 Ironman races, her 20th this Saturday, 14 outside of Kona, 11 wins, 2-time second, 7 course records. You have done a ton. Mary Beth Ellis, how the heck are you?
I'm doing great. How are you, Bob?
I am fine. The Honey Badger in the house with your new kit.
Yep, showing off my new kit to everyone watching.
Yeah, so Wadi kit.
Yeah, I can't complain. It's a great kit. It's aero, so it's going to be fast out there on Saturday.
Love that. And with all the racing you've done and the variety of wins, 2 Optuez wins, 870.3 wins, Escape from Alcatraz, Pan American champion. When you look at your career, how do you sum it up?
Bob, it's been an amazing experience. I can't believe that I've had so many years in triathlon, and it's definitely with a heavy heart that I'll be retiring.
Wait, what?
Yeah, after on the lava fields in Kona this Saturday, it'll be my last race.
So this is the number 20, the 20th Ironman race, and this will be it. You're done.
Yeah, it's been an amazing experience. I'm so grateful, not just to my sponsors, but to WTC. Without them, I couldn't have made a career out of it.
Sure.
And to you, obviously, you really help us pros highlight our personalities outside the sport, and media like you and Steph from Witsup. It really helps us, and yeah, it's been an incredible experience. I cherish all the times I've had racing and training with all the other women, and yeah, it's been a really tough decision, but it's time for me to focus on trying to start a family.
It's family time.
Yeah.
Well, but you know what? A lot of athletes come back after having a baby, so you can leave that door open.
I think for me personally, I'm a black and white person, and I'm really either 100% in or 100% out. That's the reason I've worked with Brett Sutton, and
Yes.
it's been successful. Is I struggle when I'm at home. I get distracted. I need to be 100% focused to do well in triathlon, and I know after kids I'm not going to be 100% focused. There's going to be other things going on.
You're going to be 100% focused on being a mom.
Yeah, exactly. So I don't think I'll be back as a professional. I still obviously will stay in triathlon. I'm going to be launching my coaching career with the help of Tri-Suto and working with the Tough Man events. They do great grassroots races all across the U.S., and they have a Tough Man Kids series.
Yeah.
I'm going to be helping out with that as well, and just excited for the next chapter.
Well, how many years have you been racing now?
It's been 11 years.
11 years. So you've been racing 11 years. You have seen so many changes in the sport, especially on the women's side. The depth on the women's side I think has gone to another level. The fact that over 11 years, what have you seen from that?
It's been an amazing experience. I remember when the 70.3 World Championships started,
Yep.
and I had some great races there back when I was first shifting from ITU to long course. 2008, 2009, I managed to get second there, which
Yes.
which is a good spot. But I think now you are seeing the rise of the specialists. I don't think that an Ironman champion can go there and win. I think you are going to see specialists in every discipline. It's just becoming more and more competitive, and it's exciting. There's so many great women out there, and yeah, I've been really lucky to have such great competition to race and be in the sport when it's been changing and growing, and had a lot of good opportunities for me.
So what is it about? It's obviously appropriate to retire here, right? This is the granddaddy of the sport. What are some of your favorite memories from this place?
I've actually struggled quite a bit in Kona. It's been a little bittersweet. Some good times, some bad times. Obviously finishing 5th here in 2012.
Yep.
And even that win, I mean that 5th place was a bit of a struggle. I got a penalty, and it was not my best day, but
right.
you could always finishing in the top 5 is a great experience. I've had a 9th here, and then I think one of my greatest experiences was 2013 when I broke my collarbone and still tried to come and race. I wasn't able to finish, but trying to get to the starting line was what kept me so positive through the rehab and the surgeries. And so just getting here that year was a success.
Over time, you were with Brett Sutton, and you switched coaches and you went back to Sutto. What is it about Sutto that works well for you?
I think Sutto just really knows the athlete and what you need. And for me, he settles me and keeps me from doing too much intensity. He has the right mix of training. It just seems to work. And when I start to get tired, he knows to hold me back. And it just has really seemed to work. And, I couldn't have asked for a better coach. And it's been an amazing experience. And I'm lucky I'll be able to work with him as I start my own coaching career and learn from him. And I learned also so much with working with Siri. So I've been lucky to have some great coaches and learn a ton from them as an athlete. And now as I move into coaching, I need to continue to learn even more from them.
Yeah. So, I mean, in 15, you won IT Long Course Worlds, second at Ironman Switzerland, won Ironman Mount Tremblant. So you're coming off in 15. You had a really, really good year. Does that make it even tougher to sort of hang it up? Yeah.
And then this year I actually, 15 was a good year. Winning the World Championship was amazing. And this year I won 2 Ironmans despite having Lyme disease in June. And so that kind of threw me for a loop. But we were able to come back and win 2 Ironmans, Ironman Maastricht and Mount Tremblant again. Yes. So, it is hard. But I also want to go out when I'm still competitive. And I feel like showing that I could still compete and win 2 Ironmans made me feel great. But I know it's time. And
it's time.
If the other athletes saw me get up in the morning with all my aches and pains and crawl to the bathroom, I'm getting older and I feel it. So. Do
you feel it in the bench press? Has your bench press dropped off, or are you still doing it?
Oh, Bob, my bench press is. I think I can probably do a cheese sandwich right now. That's about all I can bench press.
So, for somebody who started as a runner, correct, cross country and all
swimming and running,
both.
Yep.
What do you take away from this sport? Right, you've been like 11 years as a professional. Racing all over the world, you got to see and do pretty much everything. What has this sport meant to you?
Oh, triathlon's been amazing. I couldn't have asked for a better sport to really focus and be a professional in. I think it's just such a delicate balance of trying to optimize yourself for all 3 sports. I don't think a single sport athlete can understand that, trying to be the fastest swimmer you can, the fastest biker, and the fastest runner. It's a delicate balance both in training and in racing, and you push a little too hard in one of the disciplines and another one will start to slide back. And it's really been a fun experiment to try to figure out how to be the best I can be in all 3. And I think that's what keeps triathletes in the sport longer. It is a puzzle, and it's fun to try to figure it out for yourself.
So the nice thing is when you've made that decision, this is my last race. It's not like you're gonna be partway through this race going, I'm not having a good day. I think I'll back off a little bit and get ready for Ironman Arizona. Right? I mean, you're gonna hang it out there. I'm imagining you're not waving to the crowd. You're here to lay it out there, and you might go out with a podium. What's wrong with that?
I would love to finish with a great result. We're gonna go out there. A race like the Honey Badger normally does, full on aggressively from start to finish, and give it my best shot. I always think a podium's possible here. It's just, there's a ton of great girls, a lot of depth on the women's side now, which is great. A good competitive field, and I'll have to have a good race and not make any mistakes to finish on the podium. Even in the top 10, I think you can't have any huge mistakes or failures.
Right.
So, I'm going to go out there and try to execute my best race, and obviously keep an eye on the other girls on the bike and the run, and see where I come out.
So besides Kona, when you look at all your other victories around the world and all the other races, what races stand out to you that not so much just because I won or got second, but races that meant something special to you?
My first pro race was Escape from Alcatraz in 2006.
Yeah.
And so coming back and winning Escape from Alcatraz, that was a huge goal. And when I won that in 2009, I was over the moon. The year before, I had actually cross-threaded my pedal, so I was in the lead on the bike, and my pedal came out of the crank.
Oh my God.
Yeah, so, and they actually have it I have the video just because it's pretty hilarious. I'm like climbing out of the saddle 1 minute, on the ground the next. But then coming back the next year and winning, that was huge, and that kind of started to give me the confidence. And then obviously another milestone was my first time at 70.3 Worlds, getting second there.
Yeah.
It was just an indication that I was suited towards the long distance
yeah.
racing. And my first Ironman Austria too, going in there and not knowing what I was doing and winning that race and a course record and the fastest
first time
debut
out.
and
Yeah.
the fastest American time
Yeah.
at the time. That was incredible too, and just another indication that the long stuff was definitely where my strengths lay.
So when you go 8:43 at an Ironman, like you did 2011 Ironman Austria, that has to always sit in the back of your head that, you know what, I that's there. That is something I can always draw on any race I'm doing. I know that I can outswim, bike, and run everybody in this field.
Yeah, and I think it's hard, like, because I've definitely gone to races and struggled, like, to get fast times again, but every course is different, and, when you push hard on the bike, your run is also going to suffer, so it's a give and take in racing, but yeah, having the confidence to know you can throw down a fast time is great.
So, Jody Swallow, Daniela Reef, Nicola Spirig, I mean, all these athletes have trained with Coach Dono. I'm assuming you've trained with them. What have you gained from training with this amazing group of women?
I've been so lucky over my career. I mean, besides all the athletes you mentioned, Carolyn Steffen,
Chrissy
Rinny,
Wellington,
Chrissy Wellington briefly, Julie Dibbins. Like, I've really gotten to train with so many amazing athletes, and from each of them you learn. And what I've seen is that a lot of them are talented, but all of them work their asses off.
Yeah,
and I mean, that's the takeaway, is that, every athlete has some talent, but the girls out there on the race course, I have so much respect for them, because I know that we are all working so hard, especially for a race like Kona, and I know the best athlete is going to win. I mean, and we're all working so hard, and just love and respect them, and excited to get out there and battle with them.
You think it might get a little emotional coming when you take that right turn off of Palani and start down that hill, knowing that this possibly is the last time that you'll take that last little stretch down Elite Drive to the finish?
I think it'll definitely be emotional. I actually cry in a lot of my Ironmans. My husband gets upset with me because my finish line pictures look pretty bad. It's just whenever you're racing an Ironman, you're really going into the depths of your emotional and physical reserves, and it is emotional. I mean, you're putting yourself out there and really trying to get the most out of yourself, and knowing this is going to be my last time, I think it's going to be extra emotional. So I'd see all sorts of tears and smiles and everything coming out. It's lots of snot and drool.
Honey badger, right?
Exactly,
That's the way you do it.
Yep.
So you've always had an affinity for the age group athlete as well, right? That's something as an elite athlete, but all of us start somewhere. And you see yourself as a coach working with age group athletes, working with kids, the whole gamut?
Yeah, I'd love to work with kids and the Tough Man Kids series. But obviously, I think age groupers I can help almost immediately. I just with all my years as an athlete and working with some of the other coaches and learning from them, I'd love to eventually work towards coaching elites. And I think that side, to coach elites well, you have to be 100% dedicated on all the time, like a Siri or Brett or like Apollo, Joel. I mean, the athletes that coach those elites, they're as dedicated as a professional athlete. It's an incredibly hard job. So I'd love to be able to do that, but I know that that's going to be one of the hardest jobs out there. So if I'm cut out for it, I'd love to do it, but we'll see. I'll put my time in and see.
I love it. Mary Beth, thank you. You've always been so gracious with your time. It's always been so much fun to chat with you at these events. We will really, really miss you out there, and not just in the lava fields, but in all the other races.
Thanks so much, Bob. It's been amazing, and thanks for all you do for the sport and for the athletes. You really help us highlight ourselves and our personalities, and yeah, thanks. We're so grateful.
Love that. Mary Beth Ellis announcing her retirement right here on Breakfast with Bob and Poncho Man.
Aloha mele, pretty hoku, sending down a special little twinkle brown eyes, little brown eyes. Please miss time, Breakfast with Bob. Woo!
Poncho Man!